welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. Hopefully everybody is doing amazing. This is Streams of Collective Consciousness, and super excited to get into sustainable fashion news, stuff that is happening in the world of fashion, which is a lot because there's a lot of fashion weeks going on. And just talk about pop culture moments. A lot of pop culture moments are around us, so it's going to be a very fun, informative live stream. And if you like it, feel free to like the live stream. I typically will now be going live from 4:30 to 7:30, so that is exciting news. And usually I go live Tuesday and Thursday, but I will be doing some gaming on Wednesdays and then jumping on as well late on Fridays. So basically almost always streaming except for Mondays. I don't stream Mondays and I don't stream on the weekends, but every other day is fair game. Every other day is fair game. And to show you how this works, I'll show you the Canva that I use. So this is Streams of Collective Consciousness. I usually use this Canva deck as a way to organize myself. I go on a million tangents. So that is a resource, though, that you have access to. If you ever want the news to be shared, or you want the news to be shared, and just browse, there it is. You don't have to stay throughout the entire live stream. I never want people to feel pressure to have to be somewhere just to get the news. I do these for fun. I'm taking a quick photo to promote this on my Instagram. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I do this for fun, but I know people are busy, so if you ever just want the Canva deck for interesting sustainable fashion and pop culture moments, that is where you'll find it. It's always a Canva deck. And I always try to release these live streams a day beforehand, so this is always out already, even though I haven't been live. So yeah, I compile everything, helps me do this live stream, and it's free. Just a free resource of stuff happening. Okay, so I do have a structure. I'm a very type A personality. I don't know how to chill ever. I don't know how to be yeah, let me just talk about whatever. That's never been me. And I feel like it's kind of part of my neurodivergence, but also I like to have purpose in my conversations. I hate small talk. Small talk kind of annoys me, so whenever I jump on live streams and I don't know what they're doing, I just get annoyed. I just get so annoyed and I just click off. So for me, this is perfect, and hopefully for you it's beneficial so you understand what you're clicking on to. But I always start off with sustainable fashion, and most of the stuff that I do talk about is sustainable fashion. Also, is audio fine? I think the audio's fine, yeah. But yeah, I do try to take a small break because I have worked already 7 hours today, and then I stream at night for another 3 hours, and I'm heavily nonverbal and I'm just introverted, so I have to take a break. And then yeah, news and then takeaways. So if you ever want to submit something, just let me know. I'm willing to take a look at what you want me to take a look at. It's just I can't guarantee it'll be covered in the live stream. I am kind of picky in the things that I cover just because I don't really like advertising brands. I don't like consumerism, basically, and I'm sure if you're watching these live streams you don't like consumerism either. So I'm very picky, but if you want me to talk about anything or want to promote something or just want my perspective on whatever, you can send the link and I'll take a look at it, or you can just put it in chat. But again, I will never remember to put anything. I will never remember what people put in the chat. It's bad. That's a little bit about me, and personal update time. This is where you get the insider scoop of my life. Honestly, I have felt like I haven't been really sharing a lot within the personal time frame that I put for my live streams. But one thing I can mention is that I have cut my hair, and it's a bit more like poofy. It goes outwards a bit more, which I don't like. I have very curly hair. It's very frizzy, and I don't like my hair whatsoever. It only gets better in dry weather. So one of the perks I had when I lived in very dry states was that I had very beautiful hair. But when you go to a place that has very much a lot of water and very much a lot of moisture. Yes, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. When there's just a place with a lot of air and water mixed into it, which is basically Chicago, you kind of suffer the consequences if you have frizzy hair. So, yeah, my hair is not as great as it was in, let's say, Montana. In Wisconsin, it was horrible because there's so much lake fronts. So it was not working well. And then the sea or the ocean has like salts and minerals in it, and that just kind of messed up the texture of my hair as well. So it was just like always a mess. So yeah, talking about Wisconsin, I have mentioned it in the past that I am moving. And that's a hard dream to accomplish right now. I'm currently working in 2 minimum wage jobs and then trying to do Depop and do content creation, and it's a lot to manage. So I was like, well, if I want to move out like immediately, because my living conditions just continue to get worse and worse and worse. Somehow, like, my family just continues to get worse. And by family, I mean parents. And I've been around them for 1.5 years now, and I don't want to have to do anything with them. Like, I don't want to interact with them. I don't want to deal with them in the most genuine way possible. Like, I would love them. I will love them from afar. I will appreciate them in my memories. But when you're forced to be around them at a very old age, such as mine, it just becomes a deteriorating aspect of your mental health. And so I'm trying to like see how to move out as soon as possible. I did find a room in Wisconsin that is like $750, and it's a really good viable option. In November, it could definitely happen, but it's contingent upon having a job by November and also having a car. So recently my car has been breaking down. Today it was working fine in the morning, and then when I turned it on this evening, it started glitching again. Because in the past, like last week, it wouldn't turn on. I don't think I mentioned this on my live stream last week. I was so out of it. I don't even think I went on live last Tuesday. But basically, it has been struggling to turn on. And I don't know why. And I took it to the mechanic, and basically they said it was on its deathbed. But I don't know what they did to it. They didn't charge me, but it started working like quote unquote fine. And it's running, it's turning on well. But like, it's kind of like the calm before the storm. I think that's what I'm sensing with this car. But it's been working quote unquote fine. I only drive it 10 minutes every day back and forth to work. So 10 minutes to work and 10 minutes back. And so I only use it in theory 20 minutes. I don't leave my room basically. I don't do anything really that drastic. So it's always like a 10-minute drive to wherever I'm going. And I don't really go anywhere besides work. So it's minimum, or at the maximum, 20 minutes max of usage of this car. But I guess it's too much usage when it has a lot of miles. It's very old. It's a 20-year-old car. And I've been trying to fix it countlessly for many different reasons, for many different years. And it just seems very odd. The timing just seemed so odd that I had this plan of moving out in 3 months. In 3 months. And just the moment that I'm going to actually save up to leave, my car breaks down. So the timing is impeccable. I'm being sarcastic. I have dry humor, which is something that a lot of people don't seem to understand when I say things. But the timing is horrible, to be honest. It's very horrible because I was planning on saving until like November and December to then move out. So in my head, I was like, I just need it to work for like a couple more months. And I was thinking this before it even broke down. Like, I was praying to the gods for it not to break down. And I literally just needed to survive these next couple of months. And it just broke down. It was like my worst fear. And that kind of like messed me up last week. But now it's working fine. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. But I'm just going to work. But I'm still considering moving to Wisconsin despite not having a secure car plan. Not the most smart plan, but again, my current situation is like the most difficult situation I've ever been in, I guess, in my entire life. I don't think I've ever been in such a difficult, insufferable environment. So the thing is, too, like, the only way I see that happening is with the usage of a car. So I don't really know what to do financially wise. Like, if I want to move out, it's either the car or moving out. So I can just, like, I don't know, buy U-Haul or something and like drive myself to Wisconsin and then just wing it once I'm there, or I don't know, something. I was thinking about Coolworks, which is a site that I have talked about before that gives you opportunities to work and live in the same location. But also I want to take a moment to explain why I'm explaining all this. Like, yeah, it's a personal touch point, but like, this is what people that were never given a chance to have a stable job go through. And by I mean they were never given a job is I volunteered for so many years in so many different organizations, and they never gave me like fair wage. They never even considered to pay me. And if you look at my resume, you would think, oh my gosh, she's like a workaholic that has a lot of money. Yes to the workaholic, no to having a lot of money. And these are the direct consequences of someone that was essentially used and never compensated for their time, because I don't have money. I'm stuck in minimum wage jobs and stuck with insufferable people that are basically killing my mental health. And there's a joke on TikTok of like, do you want to have, cheap rent and have your mental health suffer, or do you want to pay like $1,000 or $2,000 in rent, but like your mental health is like fine, But I've been going on coolworks.com, and they basically have an opportunity to work and live on site. And I don't really think Wisconsin has a lot of good options, to be honest. The only ones they have is like to be a resort manager in March, and I'm not waiting until March to move out. And then there's another one for a ski, like, winter park thing. I don't know how to ski. And the thing is, a lot of these jobs are very outdoorsy based. And I don't know, like, if I'm that outdoorsy to the point where I want to work outdoors. Like, I'm going to kill myself trying to, like, have this job because it's just very hard labor. But it pays decently, I guess, compared to $15. Usually these jobs by Coolworks provides a bit more than $15. But it's because it's so difficult. But I really liked one that I saw in Colorado. The thing is, a lot of people in Montana have actually moved to Colorado, but there is a lot of postings, and I'm like, can I or should I move to Colorado? But the thing is, it's so cold there, and the mountains are really scary. I got traumatized by Montana, and they're full of mountains. So it's like, do I want to go back to a place with horrible weather during the winter and be covered in snow all the time? But one of the positions I really like that would actually line up with what I need is this one. Is to be a tour reservationist / merchandise sales like coordinator in Aspen, Colorado, and they pay $22 an hour. And basically it's a lodge where I would basically be like the receptionist / answering calls and reserving things, being like the front face basically of general questions. And if you know anything about Aspen, Colorado, this is like where the elite billionaires and millionaires come to have fun. So it started in November. So like they would train me up, and then in December, most likely, that's when like all the rich bougie people, all the nepo babies would come in and like ski their hearts out. And they basically say like snowmobile tours are in high demand, attracting Aspen's elite clientele. And there's like 120 some billionaires with houses there. And it's such a beautiful place. And I'm like, oh, $22 is not bad. It's full-time work. Just be a receptionist for the nepo babies of the world. And then you get to live there as well. And your hours vary from day to day, but basically it would be like an 8-hour workday starting at 8. But if they change the hours, like sometimes you may be working up until 8 p.m. and it's 5 days a week. And sometimes you would work weekends. Like it depends, but you're always like supposed to be available basically. And you get free shared housing with a private bedroom, which is great because a lot of these cool work postings don't offer a private bedroom. It's more so like dorm style, like in college where you have to share a room with someone else, and that's not my vibe. And you can get some free like seasonal skis. This sounds like a promotion of sorts, but a reminder that this is temptation for me because I'm basically left with zero after working 7 years with organizations that did not or refuse to give me compensation for my labor. And a lot of people may say, well, it was your choice. And again, no one should be working 20, 30 plus hours a week for free. At that point, it's a job. And there was people literally saying behind my back that they weren't going to give me the job when I was the only one really qualified to have it. And they wanted me to train the person that they wanted to hire. And then the person that ended up hiring called me for like an hour asking me all the information to like do her job, and like an idiot I helped her. And now she's getting like paid $80,000 or something while I'm over here trying to figure out what to do. So this is a very strong contender, but also another exciting opportunity that I saw was with an organization in Chicago that's a nonprofit. They're an ethical fashion marketplace that pays $60,000 and offers like 30 hours a week or 32 hours a week. I think it's a 4-day work week, so that's why they consider it part-time, which is fine, but $60K is a lot. And basically I would be like one of the few staff members outside of the board that would be in charge of overseeing the brand and analyzing customer behavior online and overseeing their entire marketing efforts, which is a ask for sure. It's a lot of pressure, and they're just asking 3 to 5 years of experience, which I do have, and I've worked with Indian fashion organizations and empowerment projects. So I mean, on paper, it's like perfect for the role. It's in Evanston, Illinois, which is close to where I live. So it's a hybrid model. I would work remotely some days and then in person some other days, which is fine because I can always take the train. So that's just kind of like where I'm at, but I really just kind of want to book it somewhere. I don't really see myself really working with an ethical fashion brand though for marketing. It sounds so bad because on paper it's perfect, but like in theory, marketing is so difficult because we're basically in a recession, and for people to buy luxury, sustainable fashion pieces is so difficult and so unrealistic. But if they have the proper like customer demographic targeting and like they have the proper ads and they have good, photography and connections, maybe people are willing to buy. It's just when it comes to marketing, it's another tool for sales, and I just don't want the pressure to sell things, especially when I don't really believe that you need to buy quote unquote new things to participate in sustainable fashion. Like I always say, buy from thrift stores, buy from Depop. So to like promote a brand that's selling items, even how do I say this? it feels wrong to promote a sustainable fashion brand that produces clothing from quote unquote new materials, even though they're sustainable. Like I like to support sustainable fashion designers that use dead stock material because it's made from materials already in existence. So with the sales pressure and like their use of like virgin sustainable fabrics, is just it's just it's stopping me from like really being invested. Also, if I'm looking up, it's because there's a spider up there and it's been there since like yesterday. I just forgot to kill it because I just came back from work. But yeah, those are kind of the things that are lurking in my head. Hopefully that's interesting. But I feel like sometimes values and applying to things just doesn't seem to correlate. But it kind of makes sense just to do a job I don't care about so I can make it by and then focus on the things I care about. It's just with the ethical fashion job that I'm interested in, it would be almost in competition with my values because I know it could be better. It's just I don't want to be pressured to sell it, if that makes sense. Like I want it to improve, but I don't want the pressure of selling it. I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I could, in theory, have a very stable, sane job by having this job, by applying to this job, I mean, but it's like I would have to reduce down my expectations and like kind of derail from my values in a lot of ways, which is not that obvious when you're like, oh, sustainable fashion, nonprofit, what could ever be wrong with it? A lot, actually. A lot can be wrong with it. Okay, another thing that I wanted to talk about is my interest in visiting every thrift store in Chicago. And oddly enough, I did a lot of research today and found this. This is a site for Lost Girls Chicago, and honestly their marketing is beautiful. Like if I'm ever to have my own vintage shop or a thrift store, whatever the difference is, because who knows now, I would want to model my marketing off of Lost Girls Chicago. They're a Chicago based thrift store, and I haven't been to their store yet, but I've been seeing pictures on Instagram and oh my god, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Wait, can you hear me? Oh my god, my audio sounds so good. What the hex? Okay. Okay, can you hear myself talking about my own voice? But yeah, I found this thrift store and the outside of it is so pretty. Here, let me show you their Instagram. I'm gonna go so bad. I haven't been. It's like a pink outside exterior. And they just look like they're having so much fun. They're just having so much fun and I love it. Do they have a TikTok? Oh, they do have a TikTok. Okay, and it's women and minority owned. Minority. Look at this. It's so pretty. Wait, why is it loading so much? The sound is unavailable. No. Okay, let's start from here.
8 years ago, my best friend and I started our own vintage shop. It took 6 years of saving for us to finally get our own store. This is one of our 2 shops in Chicago. We carry sizes 00 to size 28 with...
Wait, actually, I think I lied because I do think I was there. Yeah, I lied. I have been there. I'm gonna increase the desktop audio like this. Okay, that's better. I lied because I just remembered I've been there because of
This is one of our 2 shops in Chicago.
these products right here. I bought one. I actually have it over here. I lied without knowing. So it's the sandalwood, rose, room, and linen, the linen spray. Fun fact, I love linen spray and I use it as perfume. I don't even know what linen spray is supposed to be. Is it for like your room? I don't know why you would want to spray it for your room, but I put it on myself and it's so good. Just a light spray and it's impeccable. I wish you could smell it. It's so cozy. So yeah, if you ever want to know how I smell like ooh. Sorry. I smell like sandalwood, room, and linen spray by PF Candle Co. Fun fact of the day. And I also only use the Wild Spice, or the Old Spice, I mean, deodorant, and I use the Wilderness. I've changed it up. Wait, does this mean I have to go to Colorado if it has like a mountain town in there? Is that a sign to just go to Colorado and work with the elite? But yeah, I have been in that thrift store. I just forgot. I just remembered right now with the linen spray. Horrible memories. I'm saying it. I've always been saying it.
So we carry sizes 00 to size 28 with the help of another vintage company, Lovesick Plus. Hard to believe this colorful shop was a blank white box when we got it. 8 years ago, my best friend and I started our own vintage shop. It took 6 years of saving for us to finally get our own store. This is...
You know what's crazy? It took them 6 years of saving. If I'm glitching out today, just know I'm trying my best. Oh my gosh, 6 years of saving? How much did they invest? What? Open a 100-pound bill of mystery vintage dresses with us. Ooh. TikTok. Oh, come on, I want to watch.
10 years ago, we bought a vintage RV off Craigslist for $1,000. We painted it and completely renovated it so we could sell out of it. Her name is Winnie. This is Kyla, and I'm Sarah. We are the founders of Lost Girls. It took us 6 years of selling in order to save up enough money to open our first brick and mortar store. It's in Westtown, Chicago, and it's super colorful and cute. And we signed the lease for our second brick and mortar in Logan Square just 2 months before the pandemic hit. It was the worst timing, but we made it through and ended up expanding into 2 more shops, including a houseware store. We rented a 4,000 square foot studio space to do all of our intake and processing for our website. Last year, we started our own clothing line designed and made by our employee Delaney. We're always growing and changing with a lot of new exciting things.
Oh, no wonder I didn't recognize it. It's because I went to this one. Not the pink colored one. Now I'm understanding where I went. Yeah, I went to this one. I was like, wait. Did I really forget the pink walls? The pink exterior? Honest to God, you can take me to the most exciting place in the world. I will forget.
On the horizon. Thanks for following along. 10 years.
Okay, perfect. And then I was looking at their website and they have a vintage bus tour. And I was like, oh my God, I want to sign up. And they have a sliding scale from $45 to $75. Look at how cute this graphic is. Like, their marketing is so good. Like, you just want to give them your money. This is not sponsored. And they have a lower budget option where you can just pay $45 if you're low income. And then you're just getting on a bus with sustainable girls and going to the best, most beautiful thrift shops in Chicago. They take you to every stop. And let me tell you, one of the most beautiful things ever. Like, these stops were thrift stores I was going to go visit on my own as part of like a YouTube series. And I was going to think about like how it's going to scout them, how it's going to plan the series of like spending a day in these vintage shops or spending a day in a thrift store. And this is like doing the work for me. Like, they're going to take me to these stops. I'm going to learn about it in a more personal basis. And then I get to hang out with sustainable fashion girls on top of all of that. And there's snacks and games. Like, not only is it allowing me to network, I'm like doing it with a thrift store that I really love and I just discovered them. It's on a Sunday and it's affordable. Like, these are things that I just genuinely look forward to in life. Like, no matter how hard my life is, I'm like, it just gets better sometimes. Because I was having a trashy day today because I was having so much thoughts of like, should I move to Colorado for that like receptionist job and work with the elite? Should I apply to this marketing, basically sales job that will theoretically look good on my resume, theoretically align with my values, but it technically doesn't? Or do I like continue to work the receptionist job that I have now and move to Wisconsin somehow in November with no plan really? Like, all these thoughts were circulating and I came across this and I was like, wait, this is literally what I'm working on for my YouTube video of like visiting thrift shops in Chicago, because I got so inspired this weekend after going to a Sustainable Fashion Week event where they had like a fashion show with designers. And I was like, wait, I've never really been to thrift stores before in Chicago. So I am going to go, $45. And it's literally all day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I mean, you could also do payment plans of like $22.50, but I'm going to pay the $45. But I'm so excited. Oh, and the thing is, I had work scheduled for this Sunday. I never work Sundays. I never get scheduled on Sundays. And I was gonna buy the tickets right now, and then I had to check my schedule and be like, wait a minute, did they schedule me? Because I'm always so paranoid. And they did schedule me, but then I requested off, and I got requested off. So I'm definitely going. It's like meant to be, you know? It almost wasn't meant to be, but I made it meant to be. A planned meant to be. And then they marketed it so well on Instagram. Like, again, this is an example of what I want to do in the future. Like, if I ever have money, maybe in 10 years, this is like something I would love to have. The dressing rooms are so cool, the colors are beautiful. Like, they just seem to love what they do. And they want to build community. Like, they literally want to just go around and visit thrift shops. So that's awesome. I'm gonna actually be filming everything. I got Ray-Ban Meta glasses. So I'll be making like a TikTok basically of my entire day. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Where is it? What was the, okay, it was this Instagram post. Yeah, I have to log in. But they made it look so fun. You should check out their Instagrams to see the example. But it's called Lost Girls Vintage. I love them. But yeah, that's my spiel for personal news. I mean, I haven't even talked about anything really that important within these last 40 minutes, but I mean, yeah, I'm glazing Chicago vintage shops, so I'm kind of technically doing my job here. But yeah, I did want to talk about other things that are happening in sustainable fashion all across the globe. So one of the things that I found interesting is Harper Bazaar Arabia. I've covered this magazine in the past, but I've noticed that they're prone to a lot of like social justice-y, like social change topics, and they really do talk about Palestine. This is not the first time they feature Palestine creatives or combine sustainable fashion with politics. So shout out to Harper's Bazaar at Davia. Like, they're pushing the needle and combining the conversation with fashion and politics to bring awareness of the evolution of ethical style, which is not something you would really typically see in a magazine, you know? So yeah, let's take a look at this. It features Alana Hadid. And basically they explain that she has a clear ethical manifesto and isn't afraid to shout about it. So they shot vintage and sustainable pieces in her home state of California, and they explain that the Palestine activist and creative director showcases her dedication to fashion with feeling. She's outspoken, passionate, and committed, and those are the descriptors that most aptly describe her. So the California-based Palestinian creative director is known for her activism and advocacy, and embraces the causes close to her heart. So case in point, she is spearheading Watermelon Pictures, which focuses on cultural representation and financing films that put a spotlight on her native country. Another totem that's intrinsic to her, sorry, God. Another totem that's intrinsic to her belief system is sustainable fashion. So this high-profile stylist co-founded the unisex. Oh my God, what? Co-founded unisex. I sound like a fifth grader that got chosen to read and cannot pull it off. Damn. So the high-profile stylist. 5 more times and I'll get it. So the high-profile stylist who co-founded unisex label La Distress, or Detress, maybe it's Detress, insisted on donating outfits that stayed true to her ethos for this exclusive shoot. And she made her catwalk debut at SAG-Spot's Copenhagen Fashion Week, which I did see. She was getting so much hate. She got so much hate for debuting her way into Fashion Week. But it's like she's in competition with so many other beautiful women, and then if you're compared to others, you're never going to win. And she even scored her magazine cover. But yeah, she is really spotlighting vintage finds and why we need to put the planet first, which is amazing. I don't really understand the shirt, but I like the vibe of the photography. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so they go on to ask her, what inspired you to prioritize and put a spotlight on sustainability in fashion? Well, she said, I grew up surrounded by people who really knew how to dress. Style with a capital S, but it was never about labels. My family taught me early on that fashion was personal, political, and powerful. Vintage was my gateway drug. I started very young and I haven't stopped. Thrift stores were like treasure hunts, except instead of gold, I was looking for perfect oversized jeans with a story or the worn-in t-shirts of my dreams. Shopping vintage taught me that great style doesn't need to come at the expense of the planet or people. And honestly, clothes with a past just hit different. They carry energy, they carry history, and they definitely don't fall apart after 3 washes. This is her. I like the jacket. Honestly, this color scheme is literally my Pinterest board. I've gone over it, but I can give you guys an update of my Pinterest board, but that's literally the colors. Those are the colors. Am I still logged in? Yes. So this is my like branding, quote unquote branding scheme, and the latest thing that I pinned was this beautiful picture, and the color scheme is kind of similar. Very feminine, very soft, but it has a pop of color, a pop of something. I like the grunginess aspect to things, so this is an example of like what I would go for. Kind of reminds me of this, like the black detail of the jacket, but she's more like Beverly Hills, old Hollywood with the roll in her hair. And I definitely don't do this. I don't do that part, but I get the vibes. I understand the vibes. But yeah, an update of my Pinterest board. Here is my style. I'm getting very into like academia baddie looks. Like this one's super cool. This kind of also reminds me of this photo shoot. It's kind of a similar vibe. I think it's just the femininity, but this one's cool. I feel like this is like the Y2K Gen version of this. The Gen Z version, I meant. I just cut it off. The Gen Z Y2K version. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the interview, or else I'm gonna go on a million tangents. But the article continues on to say, what challenges have you faced in maintaining a commitment to ethical fashion? And she explains, the struggle is very real. Ethical fashion can feel like a full-time job. Label checking, supply chain sleuthing, dodging greenwashing like it's a dodgeball. But nothing comes easily. The biggest challenge, convenience. Fast fashion makes it so easy to click and regret later. But I've learned nothing great comes that quickly. I learned that to slow down and ask myself the harder questions. Who made this? What's the real cost? Is it worth it? I also try to lead with grace for myself and others. No one's perfect, but intention matters. Blah, blah. No one's perfect, but intention matters. Progress over perfection, always. The work is worth it. Also, one of the things that reminded me of something when I was reading this little section is to slow down. She said, I learned to slow down. So one of the things that I want to film with my Meta Ray-Bans is washing my clothing. I buy a lot of Depop items, and most of it's very delicate because I like to buy very delicate feminine items. And I hate to just throw it in the wash because it usually gets ripped off, even when I have like the protective bag you can put more delicate items into. And also, it's really difficult to pair like-minded colors together. It's just really hard to match like a very delicate yellow with another yellow of the same texture and sort. So it's just easier to hand wash them, and it's a big pile that's been piling up that I've needed to do, that I was gonna get to, just out of the sheer need to do so and sell it on Depop, because these things are wrinkled, dirty, they just smell, and I don't feel comfortable just selling things as they are. So I was gonna wash them either way. It's just for the sake of Depop. But then I saw, let me jump on TikTok, this video of this Mexican lady that was going through a very difficult marriage and saying that she needed to save up.
I saw this TikTok and I thought it was interesting that people are saying that this is performative, and I've always felt a
needed to save up as much money as possible to get out of that toxic relationship. And it's just her like filming herself washing clothing. And I was like, wait, I can't do that myself. I can't hand wash clothing, but like it'll be with the ethos about slowing down and having it be about sustainable fashion more explicitly. But if you go on TikTok, like a lot of people are just washing their clothing by hand. Like it's so needed. And like this is the ultimate definition of slowing down and taking care of your things. Because the laundry and the washing machines and all that stuff, the dryer, is such a difficult, laborious process. It just destroys your items. So you end up working more to preserve them because they're deteriorating faster. So in the long run, it's better to take your time to preserve your clothing. I don't know, what is she doing? What is she doing? She is not hand washing her clothing. She's just soaking it in water. Yeah, I don't recommend this. I don't recommend what she's doing, but this is what I meant. This is what I meant. Like, you take every piece, item per item, getting fabric soap. You don't have to color code them, but the main secret is to have this lavadero. I don't know how to call it in English. This washer, and with the ridges, and then you put some water in there, put some soap, and then you just wash that item, and then you put some more soap on top of it so it's lathered in soap, and you just like keep washing it until it's finally clean. And it takes effort, but in the long run, like, your clothing will be preserved even more. If you just throw this with a million other things in the washing machine, yeah, it's faster in theory, but it's worse in the long run to take care of it. So you've done like the opposite of practicing sustainable fashion. But to wash your clothes by hand does take a bit of time. It takes privilege, obviously, but it can really force you to slow down, take care of your things, practice really your ethos, and it becomes less of an intellectual pursuit and more so like a lived reality. Because sustainable fashion, I feel like it's just theory most of the time until it's put into practice or action. And this is an action. Like, this is the reality of what we should be doing. Instead of preaching, we should be, washing shit, not being like, oh, do this or do that. Like, stop telling me what to do and actually do it yourself. You know what I mean? So it just takes a bit of effort. Like, it's just boring. But if I can scroll for hours on TikTok, I have time to wash my clothing, especially if it's for Depop and I already have to do it. So yeah, that's just an example of washing clothing. But yeah, we need to slow down in whatever ways possible we can find in our lives. But going back to this article, it says, what role does authenticity and transparency play in your approach to sustainability? Well, she says, if I'm not being honest, what's the point? I'm not here to pretend I live some pristine, zero waste fairy tale life. I'm here to tell the truth that sustainability is messy, nuanced, and full of contradictions, just like life. Authenticity to me means admitting when I don't have all the answers, but staying committed to asking better questions. Transparency means showing up even when it's uncomfortable, whether it's in fashion, activism, or just being a human on the internet. I think people crave real. And if I can be real and responsible at the same time, that's what I want. Also, I agree with you. Oh my gosh, there's so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts and I can't talk to it. Okay, so I'm getting frustrating with myself. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking chokehold myself. Oh my god, my ADHD is just going wild today. I've been having like the worst ADHD brain today. But one thing that reminded me of reading this before I like frustrate myself even more and move on to a different topic is that a lot of people don't know how to be authentic. And by what I mean by this is I have had a lot of reflectional time to myself about social interactions because I am a receptionist. And let me tell you that people are so self-unaware because they're not authentic to themselves, not even to themselves. So I know that I'm perceiving people, but the way that they express themselves about themselves, how they like think and navigate in the world, it shows a lack of self-awareness, a lack of compassion, and a lack of consideration basically of their impact. And I'm often like, well, the American values of our current society have basically degraded their social construct, their social interactions to this very like shallow thing. Like when I talk to people that are very American, I feel like I'm talking to a zombie sometimes. I kid you not. Like I genuinely believe that sometimes I'm not even talking to two brain cells. I'm talking to one brain cell. And that one brain cell is brain rotted with their usage of social media. And it's not to make myself feel better or to feel smarter or to like make myself the bigger person here. It's just some people genuinely do not know how to be a good person. Like yesterday I was at my job and someone smacked a package on the counter and laughed about it almost like it was a joke. And all I was doing was sitting doing my job. I didn't provoke anything. And again, I shouldn't have to explain this. Like, no one deserves to be like provoked or just be approached like that in general. But I was just sitting there. I was just chilling at the store working, and the person just comes up and smacks a package on the counter and thinks it's a joke. It's not a joke to instill violence in the moment where the girl is perfectly still. And it's a perfectly quiet, normal day. So I think I would genuinely love people to be more authentic to themselves. Like sometimes we say we need to be authentic on social media or we need to be authentic with each other. But like I feel like sometimes how we act is a reflection of who we are. And if we're doing the most random things and we're being so violent and so uncomfortable to others, it's just you have to reflect on yourself and like why are you ruining other people's peace? Like why do you feel so uncomfortable to see someone in their element that you have to smack them out of their moment? Like you can clearly tell I'm just having my moment. Like I was just sitting there peacefully. Like I think I have a very strong energy where like people can sense how I'm doing or who I am, and that kind of can trigger a lot of people because I don't lie. I'm very honest. I'm just myself. So I often feel that just people have to work on themselves. Like if they're not aware of themselves, and they're lost to what everyone else wants from them. So I don't think authenticity should be for social media or like for others. It should be first and foremost for yourself, because that will really influence how you function in the collective. Like the collective can't really force anyone to be authentic. We can promote the idea of being authentic, but like if it's not for the greater good of society, then it's also counterintuitive. Imagine very individualistic, capitalist, authentic people. I feel like a lot of people think Donald Trump is like authentic because he's like quote unquote real and honest and is for the working class, but like that man only cares about his money. But to move on, I do want to continue reading this article. And they say, in what ways do you believe ethical fashion can evolve, and what role do you see yourself playing in its story? So she explains that fashion history is literally resistance stitched into fabric, whether it's Palestine Tetris that tells stories through thread or punk fashion ripping up the rules. Style has always been political. I'm inspired by the people who used fashion to push boundaries and tell the truth when the world wanted silence. Oh, this is a look that I love. This is like very academia, nice girl vibes, but still kind of risky with the skirt look. I think she has the skirt on. Yeah, she has a skirt, like a short skirt. I like this look. I would wear this. Okay, so as for the future, I hope fashion becomes less trending and more intentional. Less about trends and more about truth. Ethical fashion should be the norm, not a niche. I want to play a role in reminding people that fashion can be gorgeous and grounded, that you can look good without looking away. I see myself as a bridge between fashion forward and meaningful, between style and substance. Also, let's be real, I'll still wear something fabulous and ethical to the revolution. Okay, I love this article. I feel like this is what a lot more fashion magazines should be doing and covering. So that was very refreshing and informative. So I do want to know more about her though. Alana Hadid. She did have her debut, so let's see what we can find. I'm sure it'll be her her catwalk, her debut. Okay, so she was here in Watermelon Pictures, and she interviewed Hassan Piger, who is a Twitch streamer. So yeah, she's active. She's out there doing stuff. I didn't know she was into ethical fashion, so that was a cool feature. I'm not gonna watch that podcast episode because it's 50 minutes long, but good to know that she is doing stuff. We're gonna move on and continue on with the news. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is Pink Pantheress. Is that how you pronounce it? I've seen her everywhere on social media, but I don't really know her. I think her songs are popular on TikTok. But one of the cool things that I saw happening with her is that she is working with Pinterest to sell her closet to her fans, which kind of reminds me of how sustainable fashion is becoming a trend. Just like, what was her name? Alana was saying in the feature, hopefully sustainable fashion doesn't just become a trend or isn't just a trend. I genuinely don't know how to feel about these sort of things where celebrities are like reselling their stuff, because it makes it seem like sustainable fashion is a trend. I don't know if she cares about sustainability or actually wants to improve the industry whatsoever, or if it was just something that she got paid a lot of money to do, or Pinterest just reached out to do a partnership based on their findings that they believe Gen Z are more interested in buying secondhand. They saw the correlation with their interest in the celebrity and were like, yo, this is beneficial because your audience likes Pinterest, likes secondhand stuff. It just makes sense. Like, I don't know how this went down. But the thing is, like, we're seeing more and more of this. And I don't think it's going to go away. So, yeah, this is what it's called, her first fancy closet drop in collaboration with Pinterest. And this project will allow fans to shop directly from her personal wardrobe, with each piece linked through her Pinterest board to an eBay auction. It's an intimate look at her Y2K inspired aesthetic and a chance for fans to literally wear her style. So it's a collaboration basically within Pinterest, eBay, and her management company. And I do want to know, like, did she actually sell her closet, or did her team just like get stuff from somewhere and promoted it as hers, you know? Especially when she's traveling. Like, you can't really have a lot of stuff. So, I'm very curious. Also, her stylist could have chosen the items as well. But the article continues on to explain that the launch is the latest example of how Gen Z artists are shaping culture on their own terms. For her, the collaboration was a natural extension of her existing approach to interacting with her audience. Again, reading this article outside looking in, I don't know much about her, so maybe she really loves this. Who knows? But she goes on to explain that Gen Z artists are for sure rewriting the rule book with music and fashion, she told Complex. So my style is an extension of myself, so the Pinterest thrift shop felt like it made sense. I can connect with my fans in a new way by giving them pieces that helped share my creative vision and that I've actually worn. So I'm excited to see their version of the aesthetic I love. And she closely worked with stylist Milena Agbaba, where she selected pieces that reflect different eras of her career while staying true to the mix of high fashion and street-level thrifting that defines her look, per Happy Magazine. So yeah, she may have given items that she actually have worn to be sold through this collaboration, but I think most of the items, I would say like 99% of the items, don't quote me, allegedly, I wouldn't know, like, I don't know her life, were probably chosen by Milena to be sold. Super curious how many items were actually placed on there. So the stylist, who had previously emphasized the importance of keeping the celebrity Pink Pantheress's style authentic, makes sure nothing feels forced. So the result is a collection that blends tartan skirts, floral prints, graphic tees, and accessories that fans have already associated with her. So thrifting also goes beyond the hunt for unique clothing. So she explains that thrifting is about finding pieces that feel personal to me. I love mixing vintage pieces with new pieces to figure out my style. Nice. So low key, this article is very boring. I feel like it's like a PR version of like, oh my god, I love thrift stores. What else does she say? Thrifting is about finding pieces that are personal to me. Yeah, okay. I love mixing vintage pieces with new pieces to figure out my own style. And it's always a good good way to be sustainable, I guess that's what she was trying to say. Good way to be sustainable. I love Pinterest because it makes it so much easier to discover cool pieces for my phone. I use it like it's IG, lol. Honestly, I do feel like Pinterest is coming back. Instagram doesn't feel like Instagram. That's a hot take for a girl that has pigtails and her room looks crazy in the background. Oh my god, I have a pigtail in the back. Oh my god, my hair is horrible. I'm gonna have to redo my hair, but I feel like Pinterest is coming back because Instagram doesn't feel like Instagram. It just doesn't feel like Instagram whatsoever. All I see is like reels. Like, I don't go on Instagram to look at reels. I look at pictures. I have to actively look for the photos. And the only photos I see is on the Instagram stories. Like, I only really watch Instagram stories. I don't really scroll on Instagram. I don't know who wants to scroll on Instagram. It's just not scrollable. Ooh, I just kicked my PC. Yeah, I feel like Pinterest is on the comeback because it feels like what Instagram used to be. Okay, let's go on to see how this article finishes off so we can move on. But what else did it say? So many articles, so little time. We need a YouTube channel that just covers sustainable fashion news. That is going to be my goal, guys. We need to watch this in real time through like really perky, like cool girls that just talk about what's going on in the sustainable fashion world, because why is there so many articles? She's everywhere too. Okay, so guys, I want to remind you, like, those high school videos that used to play during lunch. That's kind of what I would want a future YouTube channel to feel like when they talk about sustainable fashion. News segment. Wait, I want it to look like this. It's like awkward, but like made at home. Wait. The news segment. High school news segment. Team. Something like that. Let's see. No, it's not this. It's like high schoolers giving news about certain things. High schoolers. High schoolers. I just feel wrong typing that in. Okay, this. Like, it gives like underground sort of a feel to things. But these are professionals. These are in a competition. Wait, I'm trying to find a video. I'm trying to find a video. These are all professional. These are all professional schools. Professional schools, I mean professional news sites. Need a high school school. Making some weird... Why is every video that I'm trying to look at about school shootings? I type in high school and I see school shootings. I've seen so many guns while I was trying to scroll. More guns. Or is it... No, that's a phone. Okay, that's a phone. Why is that lady bleeding? Okay. Alright. Well... Okay, let's see if we can actually find what I'm looking for without looking at another gun. Yes! This! I found it. This! Finally. It only goes up to 360p. This is the best we're gonna get. I literally am obsessed.
We are JMS News Team 2, and we interviewed Miss Graham about going into 9th grade. Here's Dawson with the interview.
I'm here with Mrs. Graham, and we have about 5 questions for you. So the first question, how do you overcome stress going into 9th grade?
So I think there are
Oh my god, the desktop audio is
a
horrible.
couple different ways to overcome it. We all have our different ways, right? And so certainly, personally, making sure that you take some moments in the day to kind of disconnect from all the crazy, I think is an important thing, right? Take some deep breaths. I think when you get to school, that Jumpstart day, going to Jumpstart's huge, because that's going to help you see where all of your classes are, and you'll know what your schedule is, because it's a big school, but that will get you through that. And then secondly, I would say connect with your teachers as much as you can too, because they've been around, they know the school, and they're going to be able to help you problem solve if there's things that are stressing you out.
And the second question, was high school stressful going into 9th grade for you? How did you manage to stay focused?
So when I went to high school, yes, it was stressful.
Okay, so that's kind of the vibe I would love to see in sustainable fashion. Like, it's just underground videos where it's just, it feels real. It feels like a suburb, if that makes sense. And it's kind of awkward, but it's like, because the reporters are just humans that are kind of camera shy, but still have the audacity to want to do something. Like, this is a vibe.
In this segment, Kendall Toy interviews with BPA President Jaden Bede. And later, Adeline Michaels gets insight on how
Like, I want the audio to be so bad in the beginning, and then it kind of fades away that you can barely hear it. And all the graphics. Can you imagine this for sustainable fashion, though? Can you see it? Do you see the vision?
local business has survived during COVID-19. Coming up soon, Felicity Larson.
Welcome back to Eagle TV. My name is Felicity Larson. Our first story today will cover the services Big Sky BPA students have been doing for our community. Missoula County has just funded the production of a brand new home.
Missoula? Is this in Montana? I swear to God, I cannot escape Montana. Oh my God, I swear. I used to live near Missoula. What this place?
Homeless shelter set to open in 2021. Let's go to Kendall Toy reporting live at Big Sky High School, where students are currently tying blankets together for the shelter.
Thank you, Felicity. I'm currently here at Big Sky High School with the new BPA program. I'm here with the new chapter president, Jaden Bede. They are currently tying blankets for the new Southside homeless shelter that's set to open in early 2021. So, tell me, Jaden, what is the BPA program and what are you guys planning to do for the community?
So our new BPA program has replaced our previous DECA program. The DECA program unfortunately only incorporated those.
See how it just feels real? It feels like you're there. And it just feels authentic. Like, because it is. Like, these are, like, normal people. Like, often enough when you're watching news or you're watching segments online, it's very curated, it's very fast-paced. But, like, this is the reality of most people. So, like, if I'm going to ever do a project that captures news beyond, like, live streams, it would be, like, this format. Oh my god, the blankets, they're so cute.
Their feet, because they need basic materials like this, because, again, they're just opening in 2021.
And what motivated your BPA chapter to do this for the community?
Okay, see? Like, it's just real. Like, you just feel like you're part of the community. Like, you're part of Big Sky High School now. You're part of the girls.
Because although, yes, that can help, it's so not personal. And we really wanted to put our own spin on it. We wanted our entire chapter to be involved in it over a number of days or weeks, as it's something that has a genuine need at the shelter. And so by giving it, we are helping them in so many different ways, especially with the weather currently.
Thank you, Jaden.
Yes, queen.
Heading back to you, Felicity.
Thank you, Kendall. We move on now to a story about a local business fighting their way during COVID-19. Many businesses during this time have found it difficult to adapt to the changes brought on by the virus, and local painting business, Painting with a Twist, has been no exception to this. Starting as a fundraiser to help the victims of Hurricane Katrina.
Okay, alright, we're good. I think we got the example. Yeah, we got the example. We got the it. We got the idea. We don't need to watch everything. I was gonna watch everything, but I was like, no. But do you see how hard it is to be entertaining online? Like, people are naturally not talking to a screen all day, and, like, they're just doing their normal day-to-day thing. And if you contextualize live streaming, it's, like, the most difficult thing to do, because you're just talking basically to yourself, but you have to make it entertaining. You have to have some sort of plan, and you have to not be awkward. And that's really difficult. Like, most people are not, like, on, like, quote unquote on so much. And it's not to make me be like this grand person, like, oh my god, I'm so much better than everyone else for doing this. It's just like the normal everyday person is like doing their own thing, and I would just love to showcase that, because most likely they're not on a live stream talking or posting so much about their stuff on Instagram, or like big super immersed in like TikTok, or putting posters up everywhere about their thing. Like, most people are just like living their day-to-day life, and I just want to like go and reach out and like show their reality, like their normal lived reality on sustainable fashion. So yeah, that's kind of my vision. That's my vision. But let's move on to this. I do want to talk about another trend that I've been seeing on sustainable fashion, which is how retail stores are becoming more of community hubs. I first saw this when a lot of luxury brands were becoming more interested in the fashion. More luxury brands were becoming more interested in the food industry. They combine fashion with food, basically. That's what I was trying to say. Does that make sense? Luxury brands want to get in the food industry, and they were doing that at first with cafes. So let me give you an example. Luxury brand cafe. I think Prada had one. Was it Prada? Oh, this is a really good video. I love his YouTube videos. His name is Dylan. His YouTube channel, Dylan.
Cleaning without harsh chemicals?
Mr. Dylan has almost 1 million subscribers.
Brands have been opening up luxury restaurants all across America. These are literally the same brands that have sold fancy bags for $2,800 when they only cost $57 to make. If you ask me, these designer restaurants sound like a huge scam. But for some reason, they all have really good reviews. I want to know what all the hype's about, which is why I'm about to visit some of the most famous designer restaurants to see for myself if they're worth the price, or are people just paying for the brand? Now my journey begins a few hours away in Austin, Texas, and designer restaurant number 1 is right behind me. This is the
Coach. Oh, it's so pretty. Guys, I wish I could edit videos like this. Ah, so much to do, so little time.
Coach Coffee Shop. Opened in 2025, it's actually Coach's second food location in the US. Now I know technically this isn't a restaurant, however, they do have food. Most importantly, it is the cheapest designer spot I'm visiting in this entire video, which means there could be a chance it's actually worth the money. But before I go inside, let me explain how things are gonna work. To keep it simple, I'll be judging each designer restaurant based on my experience, the overall tastiness of the food, and of course, the price. So when you walk in, the coffee shop is directly to your right, which is pretty nice since you don't actually have to walk through the entire Coach store and potentially get distracted by expensive things to buy. Also, I gotta say, first impressions, the coffee shop looks way more legit than I expected. Their menu is pretty simple, and maybe it's because I was expecting like $20 coffees, but the prices didn't look too bad. While I was reading up on the place, I did see a lot of reviews raving about something called a tabby cake, which is one of their pastries designed to look like a Coach purse. Seems a little extra to me, but also, I guess, is on brand. I walked up to the counter, placed my order, and once that was done, I just had to check out Coach's exclusive coffee shop merch. So all of their merch is definitely a lot cheaper than buying traditional designer Coach. However, it still is very pricey. I'm pretty sure one of those t-shirts costs like $75. I don't know why. That seems crazy to me. This shirt cost me like 10 bucks. They even have their own coffee shop mascot, and this little dude is plastered everywhere in the store. And I mean everywhere. He's on all of the merch, their coffee machines, the tables, the front window, even the napkins. I do have to admit, it is very cute, and if my girlfriend were here, she would be making some pretty irresponsible purchases. I will not be doing that though. Thank you. So the food and drinks have been acquired, and I can confirm this definitely feels fancier than a regular coffee shop. Their plastic cups have the mascot on it. This box is literally just for the one pastry, and they even hooked me up with some soft serve since I'm the first customer today.
I love how Coach, the definition of luxury fashion, has commodified our need to fill up our loneliness by selling us cheap stuff that's accessible to us in our limited budget to feel like we're doing something and almost reaching success. Wow, good job, Coach, for almost giving us the illusion of community. Wow. Wow. So lonely yet so surrounded by things. If only we could afford the real thing. No, not the Coach bag, but actually being surrounded by people that care about us and not just our money.
So that's pretty cool. Now, one thing I do have to say is I did get a little bamboozled because even though the coffee was very decently priced, this tabby cake cost way more than I thought. The price of it was not on the menu. It ended up bringing the total cost for just the pastry and the coffee to $24, which that's insane. Regardless of how pricey things are, I didn't want to be a total buzzkill, so I took a few photos of the food for my Instagram since I'm like 99% sure that's one of the major reasons why these designer restaurants exist in the first place. Let's try this coffee. I got a pretty basic vanilla latte since I'm assuming that's what a majority of people would get. One thing I'm curious about is how much coffee flavor this actually ends up having. I'm also hoping it's not too sweet. Cheers. Honestly, it's not bad. Now, if I were to get specific, I definitely don't taste a ton of like deep coffee flavor. At the same time, it's also not super sweet, which I appreciate. I'm honestly kind of conflicted about how I feel about this. Now let's try the soft serve since it was free and it already started melting. I'm just noticing this now. They even put the Coach logo stuff and the coffee mascot inside the ice cream. Is that edible? I can't tell if that's just paper, but I swallowed it anyways. The soft serve itself honestly isn't bad. Now it's time to try their tabby cake. The outside of this is covered in chocolate, and the inside should be vanilla cake. I think. Cheers. All right, y'all, I've officially made up my mind, but first, I had to go outside. I high-key hate making final decisions inside stores, especially since that coffee shop is very tiny, and everyone working there could hear every single little thing I'm saying. So, anyways, overall, the coffee wasn't terrible. The experience itself was fancier, but at the same time, it wasn't too different from a regular coffee shop. The two things I can't get over, though, is the price, and that tabby cake was horrible. I don't even know how to explain it. The texture was weird. It was way too sweet. I thought the inside was gonna be cake. It was not cake. It was more chocolate. Definitely was not a big fan of that. So with that being said, was the Coach Cafe worth it? I really hate to disappoint anyone who's a big fan of Coach, but unfortunately, people are definitely paying for the brand here. Surprise! I'm now with my girlfriend Carrie because she is not as big of a hater as I am. The next designer restaurant is right behind us, and it's called Cafe Dior. This restaurant is located in Dallas, Texas, and also recently opened in 2025, which kind of goes to show how trendy these designer food spots are becoming. The cool thing is they actually do serve real food here, and I already know it's gonna be more expensive than the Coach coffee shop, which makes me a little nervous since I will already be spending more money since there's the both of us. The real question is, do you think it's gonna be worth it?
I am a little skeptical of gimmicky restaurants, but I like Dior, so I'm hopeful.
Honestly, I'm just praying I don't walk out of here having purchased a purse.
Hey, listen, if that's an option.
I can't afford that. Let's go inside. As we walk through the front.
It's so bougie. Oh my gosh. I would be so tempted to just not go in there. Because if I pull up and I see all this luxury, I would feel like I don't fit in. I just want to walk away. They're like actually trying to go there.
Under Dylan. Awesome, thank you. So we just got seated. What are your thoughts so far?
I think it's really pretty in here, but it is kind of small, and we're like right in the middle of the room.
Are you as intimidated as I am?
Maybe a little bit.
Now, what's really cool about Cafe Dior is that this restaurant was actually made in partnership with Dominique Crenn. She's literally one of the best chefs in the world and the first woman ever to receive 3 Michelin stars. Technically, that means the food should be really good, but it also means immediately when I turned to the starters page, the first thing on the menu is $175. It is caviar, so that makes sense, but still.
Oh god. See? He was intimidated. And I called his bluff. He was looking nervous in that camera angle. Look at he was not happy. Okay, so that kind of reminded me of trends in like stores, and how it's giving us an illusion of connectivity. Like when we go to a restaurant, usually we go there with a friend, we go with family, we go for a moment. Like a lot of us won't go to a diner or to really a cafe alone. Like we may buy the drink, obviously, but we're not gonna go sit down there. And if you notice, like there was a lot of seating in the last section that we were just watching. Like it's a whole experience, and I feel like that is almost trying to replicate community through retail, but we're like almost buying our way into community. We can't buy our way into community. So let's watch this TikTok, which breaks it down much more eloquently than I could ever do right now. Let's watch this.
Big trend is brands launching stores as community hubs. We need to talk about it. Brands are no longer just going to launch stores to sell clothes. Brands are now going to use their stores as community hubs, and the best brand doing this is Jaded London. They're on a pop-up world tour where they're going from LA, New York City, Tokyo, and more. And not only are they using this pop-up to create a really cool shopping experience, they're making it a hub for their community activations that they're doing at least twice a month. In their New York City store, they're doing a modeling casting call where anyone who shows up can be a part of their marketing campaign. In LA, they were giving out free tattoos on certain days when people spent over $150. They'll frequently have a DJ as well to create a really fun atmosphere. And every store has free Wi-Fi, so people just hang out there longer. And all of these community activations have created insane lines at the store. All of this shows that people don't just want to buy products, they want to buy into brands that are selling experiences with clothes. And Jada London knows what exactly their customer wants and is selling experiences that they need. And these are fun examples of how to do something really unique and stand out with your audience. What do you think? Are retail stores now going to be community hubs?
Mic issues. Is that fixed? Can you hear me? Not the echo. Yes, you can hear me. You can hear me. Perfect. Yeah, I agree with what she was saying. Like, brands are actively trying to always sell us something. So I really liked her perspective. Oh, someone else said that the sneaker boutiques have been doing stores as community hubs for several years. It's derivative. Derivative? I've never heard that word before. Derivative. Someone says, love this. Yeah, I guess it's a good thing. Wow! The audio stream is too much. Let me lower. They said it's too powerful. It's too much. No, not the mic being too powerful. Can you hear me? Dang, I touched this mic once and it goes all to hell. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's see. Someone else says, this is amazing. I have a similar idea for when I open a physical store in the future. It's great to see that this is already becoming a thing. I can't wait. Oh, this reminds me of thrift stores and how they're doing a lot more like sewing classes and like little fashion book clubs and like what I just talked about in the beginning of my live stream called the Lost Girls Vintage Crawl, where you like literally pay to hang out with girls around sustainable fashion. Like, this would be so much fun, you know, and it is going to be so much fun, but you have to buy the experience basically, which in some way makes sense because we do live in capitalism. But I feel like it's bad for retail stores that sell us like really expensive items and sell us fast fashion to try to sell us community hubs, because like there's no reason that they should charge if they have enough money to survive. Like, for example, Walmart, millions and billions of dollars. They don't personally they shouldn't be charging us anymore if they have more than enough money coming in from their business. I get if you need to survive, you gotta sell something, but after a certain point, if you got a lot, you know, in the bank account, like, you need to stop selling us something. And I feel like one thing that we can have for free at the very least from these brands is community. Like, host us a free party, host us a free moment. Like, I don't want to buy myself into these moments. I don't want to wait in a line for these moments. If you really have to try, is it really organic community? No. But it just illuminates, again, how there's a lack of third spaces, a lack of genuine community spaces, lack of moments where we can just escape our job and our home. So this is just another trend under capitalism. People are using fashion as a way to get more money and selling us the illusion of friendship and like fun.
The next big trend,
like, we're so bored. We need something free to do, and all they're doing is selling us products. Why? Why? I like how she edits her videos. I'm just looking at everyone's editing today. Okay, alright, so let's go on to the next thing, because we are gonna talk about the reuse, the recycle, the reimagine of Moschino Spring and Summer 2026, which is supposed to be a sustainable fashion collection. I've hypothetically read this article already, but not thought about it in too much detail, so this will be news for both of us. Stop, says the shirt. Okay, so this collection is called Niente, which is nothing becomes everything. So Adrian made this collection for Moschino, and it was a continuation of the label's playful ingenuity. So it was guided by the ethos of reuse, recycle, and reimagine, and the show turned humble materials into ready-to-wear staples. So potato sacks were refashioned into structured evening tops and skirts. Ropes and laces became intricate trims, and cardboard look leather handbags stamped with fragile, which added more theatrical wit. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk anymore. Crinolines and skirts added to the material. I can't. I sound like a mom with 5 kids and smokes. So there's other materials that were playful. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Newspaper prints from the early 90s. Yep. There's a tiny bag. Playful appearances in a rubber and cloth. A LED sayo bag? Is that in French? Embroidered dresses were roses were embroidered into dresses. What is going on? Everyone was told to dress weird, apparently, because they all be looking fun and weird. Oh, she can barely walk. Okay, that was a vibe. They were all just made to have fun. This is giving the Hunger Games, though. But let's take a look at the collection as I try to recover my voice. But very, very interesting collection, but they barely cover the details here in this article, so I am a bit wary about the authenticity of the ethos of reuse and recycle and reimagine in the collection. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is it, right? I think this is it, yeah. Also, I'm not going to play the audio for these shows because my videos get blocked and that can affect the well-being of my channel in the long run. So all you get in exchange for watching this is my voice. Yay or nay? This one is a yay or nay. Yay or nay? She has boob hooks. This one is giving Burberry but spring. She has a stick purse. We can't make that at home. Oh, I can actually do that with discos. Little CD discos, but get them in a square. Little spider moments. None of these pieces are standing out to me though. Oh, okay. Spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. That was fun. That kind of reminds me of Voldemort. Wait. I can't unsee it. It was that one guy that had anxiety in Harry Potter and he was hiding Voldemort in his head. How do I describe that to Google? Voldemort attached to someone's head. Professor. Ew, that was him. Okay, it reminded me of this. This reminds me of this. Does it not? Does it not? It's giving this. What are they hiding underneath there? Ugh. No audio, no audios. Ooh, those are fun. I do wish that fashion in the future can just become more and more playful. Although that was a potato sack. That can be a future video too. A potato sack dress. A coat with 1,000,000 layers. That one can be upcycled too with different strips of fabric. It's really easy. It's just like one big flowing dress. Wrap some tomatoes up and put a random logo on there. We can do that too. Most of these are replicable. Just balance some gifts on your head. That'd make a funny TikTok. This giving head in the clouds. Ooh, that one's pretty. I would wear that one. That one's cool too. I would wear that one too. That one's cool too. I like the flower ones. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I think I want to go to the thrift store tomorrow and buy some wrapping paper, find some boxes, and just try to balance it on my head and say I was part of the fashion show. What if we get 5 seconds of music? 5 seconds. Oh. Whoa. Wait. What happened to this newspaper dress? I need to look at it. Wow. I actually wanted to make a dress out of newspapers, I just haven't been able to find newspapers. This one's good inspiration. It's really pretty. Very well constructed. Wait, I thought she was gonna say, do you know the Muffin Man? That's really good. The Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? Someone says, nice sound effects. That is not Moschino. Someone says, oh, they're disappointed. Well, too bad. It's a new era. Reuse, recycle, reimagine. I actually really like how this luxury brand, though, in all seriousness, is going towards that sustainable angle. And it was very absurdist. So I will be bookmarking in this collection and making more research on this designer because of this. So I overall loved it. I mean, I'm very into surrealism and sustainability. So this kind of fits my vibe, my personal ethos, my personal preferences in the world of fashion. So I can't say anything negative, but I mean, constructive feedback is always needed. It is always needed, no matter what. But we're going to move forward and talk about sustainable Trends. What is it? What did I want to talk about? Okay, sustainable trends of having sustainable fashion shows. So I've seen a lot more organizations host sustainable fashion shows. In Chicago, there's been an emergence of sustainable marketing and sustainable events to get worried consumers to spend their money on specific brands. So like, I've seen fashion brands, I've seen travel brands, I've seen even musicians talk about this topic in an effort to reach younger generations who are concerned about what's going on in the world. And one of the things that I saw while doing my browsing of what's going on in the world was how fast fashion, that's her name, not like the actual issue, but like this creator is creating a 6-hour fashion show in a festival called the Melbourne Fringe, and it'll be 6 hours of just like clothing made to prevent the items to go from the landfill, for the landfill to the landfill, prevent the clothing to go to the landfills. So this is the general vibe that's going to be seen that day for the 6 hours. So there's going to be shoes glued on the hats, pants constructed weirdly, different layers, just having fun with stuff. I mean, it is absurdist and it is fun, but I do wonder what happens to the clothing after this event. So hopefully they preserve it for years and years and years and years and years. But here's what they explained this to be. So it's 2125. The world is drowning in clothes. One rule remains: keep the runway alive. So the year again is 2025. 2125. The oceans have risen. The billionaires have fled, and the earth is buried in clothing waste. And there's only one thing left to do, which is to make a look and hit the runway. Welcome to Waste World, a towering textile wasteland turned fashion arena. For one day only, we attempt the unthinkable, a 6-hour non-stop catwalk, where the only rule is that someone must always be serving a look. Dig through the debris, pin together a post-apocalyptic power suit, wrap your friend in mesh and call it a statement. Style one of the artists, or just sip a drink and enjoy the spectacle. No experience necessary. If you can wield a safety pin, you're halfway to haute couture. So the non-stop runway is made for all ages, bodies, and access needs. You don't need to sew, perform, or even walk the runway to be part of it. So the space is wheelchair accessible, open to mobility aids, non-verbal communication, and different energy levels. A live poet provides interactive audio description throughout the event, and artists are on to assist with making and support. Come and go as you need. There's no wrong way to show up. Sewing machines are available, and the artists are lurking nearby with scissors and questionable taste. And a live poet will provide commentary on the chaos, and you're welcome to take the mic too. So this is a 6-hour event, and the day is broken into smaller button-sized sessions. Select one of the 2-hour windows, and within that session, feel free to come and go as you need. There is no wrong way to show up. Isn't that so much fun? I would stay for the entire day. That's so much fun. And it's $10 to $50. So if you want to come for the entire thing, it's dirty concession. $20. Extra applause, $50. Nice. It sounds like it's gonna be a great old time. And it's at a laundry location. The Magdalene Laundry. Oh my god, that seems so fun. And I'm not invited. I wonder if they made TikToks of this last year, if they did this. Ooh, what's this? 2023. Oh my gosh, it's a house made out of textiles. There's something brilliant in his head. Wait, let's see.
Fast-fashun. This is our house built with 200 kilos of clothing waste. It comes in 6 pieces, so we transport it in a truck. Takes us about an hour to set up. Today we are hosting the Metric Ton of Waste Gala. We've invited people down to rummage through our pile of 700 kilos of clothing waste to make new outfits to walk on the runway. Everybody has 2 hours to put an outfit together. There's craft supplies, there's sewing machines, there's safety pins. There's our photographer Evan, our DJ Jen Moore. There's our new friend Foot. And here is the runway. Catch our next video for all the looks that were created on the night. Here we are bumping in the...
Wow. I don't know what they're up to, but I need it. Ah! Ah! Loud! Someone says this is what punk fashion is in modern era. This is what punk fashion is in the modern era.
Welcome to the House of Fast-fashun. We're a collective of queer artists from Melbourne, Australia, and we run DIY runway shows. This is our house that's built with 250 kilograms of clothing waste that we got from a local op shop from donations that couldn't be resold. Here we have our piles of fashion waste, and we're at Midsummer Carnival running one of our DIY runway shows. People come and grab stuff from the pile, then they try and make something out of it using hot glue, sewing machines, safety pins. The idea is to make it as quickly as possible because we have a runway show every hour on the hour. Come to our next event on May 2nd at Testing Grounds in Melbourne. Welcome to the House of Fun.
I was enjoying the moment, and then this exact thought popped up. I like the message, but what happens to all the clothing afterwards? Someone else says, this is so cool. If I lived in Aussie, I would definitely come. This is so cool. Someone says, so cool, so cool, so cool. Yeah, I wonder what all the clothing looks like after it's worn. Like, is it hung up? Is it taken care of? Like, does it transform? I want to know what happens to all the clothing. I mean, obviously they can't control the process, but they're having fun. They're having fun. They're showing an example of creativity and upcycling and mending. So that's awesome. What's this? What is this one? I feel like I found my tribe and it's in Australia. How do I get to Australia now? How do I get there? Woo! Yeah, I want to have what they're having. I want to have what they're having. Look at this. What is this? I'm like obsessed. Look at the shoes. Ah. If only it would load. It's not loading for me.
Come with me as I show you how to get this cooked look using things only found in the kitchen. First, you'll need a body. Here we have famous artist Sebastian Berto's body. To create historically accurate shoes for your 18th century core cooked look, you'll need a pair of pointy dress shoes, more tinfoil, and the lids of a passata or laogama. Looking good. And now for the face. Traditionally, the makeup of the Elizabethan era was a mixture of white lead and vinegar. Failing your ability to obtain lead at short notice, we recommended flour, rice or buckwheat preferably, as we like to be inclusive of our gluten-intolerant brethren, then beetroot juice for the cheeks and lips. Voila! To emphasise your modesty and decorum, we recommend adding a goffered frill made from paper towel, unused. Now, for the piece de resistance, the tinfoil wig. It's giving bourgeoisie, it's giving paranoia, it's giving Faraday cage, it's in pursuit of a guillotine. Last little touch is some dish gloves, and there you have it, a cooked look. Come with me.
These people have a lot of free time. Kind of respect it. I would try to follow and it didn't work. Okay. Ah, honey love. La, 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 la. I want to host a waist gala too. Metric ton of waist gala. Can I just steal their idea? This seems so much fun. Metric ton of waist gala. I wonder what that means.
Yes! The carrot!
I believe it is clothing made out of waste. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Wait, what is this? Wait, no. That doesn't look right. Ew. Wait, it's not loading, but I don't want it to load. I don't know what they're on, but it's the good ones. It's the good ones that they're on. Wait, what is this? Whimsical Fit Check, coat by Sarah. Oh, not the purple. My favorite color is purple. Load. It's so cute. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Definitely check out their TikTok if you have some free time and want to be put into the realm of weird vibes. But if I could attend this 6-hour fashion show, let me tell you, I would. But I am not in Australia. I am not in Australia. Alright, so we're gonna move on and talk about trans queens. So recently I've been seeing how there's been a lot more success by trans women within a lot of beauty scenes, and one of them was this beautiful lady who is now going to compete in the Miss Universe contest. So let's take a look. A very beautiful woman, very well deserved. I don't care what the haters have to say. I don't care what the haters have to say. Trans women are real women. Yes. Yes, queens. Okay, let's see. But I am going to jump off soon, and then I'll be back most likely tomorrow playing some video games. It's going to be a chill day. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Alrighty. 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 Where's the moment that she wins? She's gonna compete as Miss Vietnam. Miss Vietnam. Vietnam. Why do I sound Texas? I sound like Texas. Okay. I actually low-key like Texas. If it wasn't so hot, I would have moved there sooner. Okay. Where is it? Is this her? Okay, I think this is her.
Nguyen Huong Giang, Vietnam. Nguyen Huong Giang, Vietnam.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Wow, the setup is so artistic. Wait, I need her makeup routine. I need to know how to make my makeup do what it does for her. I need her hair care routine too. So much poise.
Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vietnam!
Vietnam ตามความคาดหมาย always talk about the human equality not for the transgenders. Sometimes they don't want to talk about the transgender. Transgender is a human too. So you have to care about the transgender equality too because we are all human.
2018, please give another And finally, Miss Vietnam!
แฟนๆพูดชื่อประเทศก่อน ที่จะประกาศอีกนะคะเวียดนาม โอ้ถือว่าเป็น6คนที่ดีงามมากๆ กินกันไม่ลงเลยนะคะ
Miss Vietnam is making her way down, and these are the 6 semi-finalists for the Miss International Queen 2018. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. And now the top 6 finalists will have to answer the question from our judges for which
ต้อง
you will
ตอบ
be given
คำถามจากคณะ
a
กรรมการค่ะ
time of 30
Here we go.
to Miss Vietnam.
Miss Vietnam, pick an envelope, please, right there.
Choose one, please. Choose one, please.
All right, and give it to me. Miss Vietnam, pick envelope number 6. Number 6. Miss Vietnam, what is the value of self-esteem? What is the value of self-esteem? We do have a translator. What is the value of self-esteem?
Cái giá trị của bản thân của bạn là gì?
Tôi nghĩ rằng giá trị của bản thân mình là một việc tôi sinh ra không may mắn những người khác, nhưng mà tôi đã rất là nỗ lực và luôn luôn trau dồi mình, training mà cố gắng học tập, cố gắng lao động, cố gắng trau dồi bản thân để ngày hôm nay tôi có mặt ở đây và trở thành niềm tự hào cho Việt Nam. Cảm ơn ca.
My self-esteem is like when I was born, I'm not lucky than another ones. My family not support me to be the transgender. But when I grow up and I fighting with myself and I want to support to the LGBT community and work hard, stay hard, and for everyone, proud of LGBT community.
Well done. So the winner of the Best Talents Quest 2018 is Miss Vietnam.
และผู้ได้รับรางวัลความสามารถพิเศษยอดเยี่ยม Miss เวียดนามค่ะ Best Talent โดยร้องเพลงจากอัลบั้มของเธอเองเลยนะคะเธอมีอัลบั้มเพลงของตัวเองแล้วก็มีแฟนคลับที่เป็นแฟนเพลงของเธอเนี่ยตามมาเชียร์ถึงประเทศไทยด้วย
Congratulations. Now, the next award is for the most popular introductory video. These videos were submitted by the contestants themselves, and votes have been counted based on the number of likes on YouTube only until
รางวัลต่อไปก็คือวิดีโอแนะนำตัวยอดเยี่ยมยอดนิยมต้องใช้คำว่า
All right. Let's move forward. Very beautiful moments. Let's see.
Happy also. She will do the best thing for the transgender community for make the people have equality and make the transgenders will be strong and strong.
Thank you very much.
Make strong and strong. Where did they get this translator from?
Miss Vietnam, thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's your top 3 finalists for Miss International Queens 2018.
Wow, it is hard to believe, but we are close.
You is about to become the new Miss International Queen. Now, this is a very important role, and should be the new Miss International Queens be unable to fulfill her duties, the first runner-up will take her place. So good luck to the both of you. So ladies and gentlemen, Kun Ning Cup, it's time to announce the new Miss International Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new Miss International Queen is Miss Vietnam! This means the first runner-up is Miss Australia.
Miss Vietnam, the new Miss International Queen, will receive 450,000 Thailand baht. Miss International Queens 2018 trophy. Gift voucher from Pratu Nam Polyclinic by Dr. Tep Wet Visit. Gift set from Missine Cosmetics. Gift set from Lamoon Female Hormone Enhancer by SK Clinics. And a flower bouquet by Flow Design Florist. Combination with modern amenities and friendly service in a tropical environment at Woodlands Hotel and Resort Pattaya for the duration of her reign. And a lifetime access to this beautiful Tiffany's show Pattaya.
And here is her trophy, the new Miss International Queen 2018, Miss Vietnam. You can take your first walk as Miss International Queen after you receive the flowers. Let's have your first walk, Miss International Queen. Woohoo! Now the first runner-up will receive 125,000 baht.
Oh, she was so pretty. So amazing. Ah, love it. I feel like a lot of people are not going to be happy about this, but like, who cares? At the end of the day, these people have tried to fight for who they are, and trans women are women, and I stand by that. And I think she justifiably won on her talents, her looks, and like her dedication and the advocacy that she will do through the spotlight that she has. I think is really important and really beneficial for those that lack her leadership. And there's no examples of these type of people as well. Like, just seeing this be more predominant, more normalized, and seeing them just win in life is really, really inspirational. And she's going to Miss Universe. She's gonna go to Miss Universe. I'm so excited. What is Miss Universe? I do want to watch that on live. It's usually during the evenings. Miss Universe 2025. When is it? When is it? November 21st. November 21st in Thailand. Will it be live streamed? Will it be live streamed? When is that? November 21st. That is a Friday. Yeah, I can do that. I can live stream it. Perfect. Okay, and then another person that I saw win was it within the Miss International pageant, and this was Medora, and she is a Black American trans woman. She is now Miss International Queen 2025. So let's take a look at that.
It means that the first runner-up is Miss
She's so gorgeous. This is an actual global trans pageant. That's so cool. I didn't know this existed.
Out my ancestors' wildest dreams to be here, loud and proud in my skin, happy to be who I am and representing my entire community. It feels so amazing. And I'm so happy to do it alongside with my sisters. This means the world to me. I love you.
Miss International.
Wait, where can I watch the full thing? These are just little bits and clips that are not giving us a full insight of what went down. Okay, let's see. Miss International Queen 2025. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, 1 million views. It was huge. And it was streamed.
It's all your own, and I can tell it comes naturally. It comes naturally. You follow what you feel inside. It's intuitive. You don't have to try. It comes naturally. It comes naturally. And it takes my breath away. You are the thunder and I am the lightning.
USA, Midori Monet.
Now let's take a moment to watch a segment about the activities that took place during their 2-week stay here in Thailand with Amazing Thailand.
Please enjoy, and afterwards, all the contestants will return for the evening gown competition. Stay tuned.
Isabella Santiago.
Wait, I kind of want to watch all of this. Okay, here's the contestants.
Incentive Program Minor International. Kun Patrawadi Mishuton, actress, playwright, television director, teacher of dramatic arts and Thailand national artist. Miss Haruna Ai, Miss International Queen 2009. Minnie Han, Miss International Queen 2010. Isabella Santiago, Miss International Queen 2014. Valentina Flucher, Miss International Queen 2020. Fuchsia and Ravina, Miss International Queen 2022. And Solange Deca, Miss International Queen 2023. These are our honorary judges for tonight. And I think all of our contestants are ready. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back our queens in their stunning evening gown.
We ride.
Miss International Queen Brazil, Isabella Pamplona.
But light in our eyes. Bare feet on the sacred stone.
Didn't send me my ticket in the mail. Wait, I want to see this live next year. I will also be taking note of that. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. Look at that. So much drama. So much sequence. She's so beautiful.
Gold in my skin. Roots in the ground. Lost in the noise. Till I find
Miss International Queen Chile, Regina Gerbier.
I'm every woman who overcame. Don't need a throne to shine. I've earned this peace of mind. You feel our presence near when we breathe the world here.
Oh, they're so gorgeous.
Miss International Queen China, Whisper Lu.
Grace in our steps, truth in our eyes. No diamonds or stars could define our worth. We were born from strength. We are queens of the earth. Queens of the like rivers strong and slow. Our crowns are made of love. We reign from deep above. We are queens of the earth, hearts full of skies, grace in our steps, truth in our eyes. No diamonds or swords.
Miss International Queen Czech Republic, Martina Sokova.
Born from strength. Mothers of nations, daughters of stars, healed with time, embrace the scars. From dust to divine, we rise in rebirth, forever will shine. Queens of bare feet on the sacred stone. I walk through
Miss International Queen Ecuador, Reina Luna Morocho Vega.
carry pain in silent hands, but still I dance, still I stand. Gold in my skin, roots in the ground.
These are such queens. I'm like speechless. Honestly, genuinely, like this is my favorite pageant I've ever seen. Like they exude so much confidence, so much sense of themselves. Like you can tell that they're dressed for their personality, that they know themselves, that they've worked so hard to be themselves. Like it just feels real. And the graphics and the setup and the dresses, Miss International Queen pageant is where it's at.
We are queens of the earth, hearts full of skies, grace in our steps, truth in our eyes. No diamonds or stars could define our worth. We were born from strength.
Miss International Queen Japan, Mina Amamatsu.
I've seen the storms, I've known the still. Found faith where the world bent my will. But I wear my scars like woven lace. A quiet fire wrapped in grace. I sing for the ones who broke but healed.
Miss International Queen Laos, Tanun Intawong Chantan Setsak.
You can try to dim my light, but you can't stop a soul in flight. We rise with voices low, like rivers strong and slow. Our crowns are made of love. We reign from deep above. We are queens of the earth.
Miss International Queen Malaysia, Cleo Ambrose.
Truth in our eyes. No diamonds or swords could define our worth. We were born from strength. Mothers of nations, daughters of stars, healed with time, embrace the scars. From dust to divine, we rise in rebirth, forever shine.
Miss International Queen Mexico, Alana Cordero.
Feet on the sacred stone. I walk through fire, I've walked alone. Carry pain in silent hands, but still I dance, still I stand. Gold in my skin.
Wait, she is so beautiful. I cannot. They're so ethereal.
Lost in the noise, till I found my sound.
Miss International Queen Myanmar, MJ.
I'm every woman who overcame. Don't need a throne to shine. I've earned this peace of mind. You feel our presence near when we breathe the world here. We are queens of the
Miss International Queen Nicaragua, Tiffany Colaman.
grace in our steps, truth in our eyes. No diamonds or swords could define our worth. We were born from strength. We are queens of the earth. Queens of the earth. I've seen the storms, I've known the still. Found
Miss
faith where the
International
world
Queen
bent my
Peru,
will.
Leslie Quispe.
But I wear my scars like woven lace. A quiet fire wrapped in grace. I sing for the ones who broke but healed. Who carry wounds they never reveal. You can try to dim our light, but you can't stop a soul in flight. We rise with voices low.
Miss International Queen Philippines, and Patricia Lorenzo Diaz.
Our crowns are made of love. We reign
Queen, Puerto Rico, Leanne Nicole Seda.
Sacred stone. I walked through fire, I walked alone. Carry pain in silent hands, but still I dare.
Miss International Queen, Taiwan, Republic of China, Tiffany Queen.
Gold in my skin, roots in the ground, lost in the noise, till I found my sound. I'm not just beauty or a name, I'm every woman who overcame. Don't need a throne to shine, I've earned this peace of mind. You feel our presence.
Miss International Queen, Thailand, Piakon Pon Pom.
We are queens of the earth, hearts full of skies, grace in our steps, truth in our eyes. No diamonds or swords could define our worth. We were born from strength. We are queens of the earth. Queens of the
Miss International Queen, Turkey, Elif Nilay.
I've seen the storms, I've known the still. Found faith where the world bent my will.
Low-key, her hair looks like mine when I don't put no products in there. That is what my hair becomes with humidity. She's brave. Oh, she's brave with that hair.
Who carry wounds they never reveal.
Miss International Queen, USA, Midori Monet.
Tried to dim our light, but you can't stop a soul in flight. We rise with voices low, like rivers strong and slow. Our crowns are made of love. We reign from deep above. We are queens of the earth.
Miss International Queen, Venezuela, Ashlyn Pia Garcia.
Truth in our eyes. No diamonds or swords could define our worth. We were born from strength. Mothers of nations, daughters of stars, healed with time, embrace the scars. From dust to divine, we rise in rebirth, forever shine.
Miss International Queen, Vietnam, Ha Tam Yu.
Sacred stone. I walked through fire, I walked alone. Carry pain in silent hands, but still I dance, still I stand. Gold in my skin, roots in the ground, lost in the noise, till I found my sound. I'm not just beauty or a name, I'm every woman who overcame.
looking
absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and then there was some drama that no one wanted to congratulate Miss USA at the end. Yeah, I saw that TikTok. No one went up to Miss Universe at the end. They all went to the other girl. That was so strange. Anywho, everyone was gorgeous. Everyone's a winner in my eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see who congratulated her at the end.
Organization or TSEP.
See, they were all going towards her, the other lady.
Association and Academy of Cosmetic Surgery and Medicine, Woodlands Hotels and Resort, Pattaya.
Channel 3 Thailand, Pattaya City, Chonburi Province, Chiang Mai Province, Chiang Mai Provincial Office of Tourism and Sports, Ministry of Tourism and Sports, M-Sphere the M District, Cozy Pattaya Wong Amat Beach, Thai Air Asia, Minor International Public Company Limited, Anantara Chiang Mai Resort, NH Bangkok Sukhumvit Boulevard, Tatilana Riverside Spa Resort Chiang Mai, Tadler, Peony, Banana IT, Studio 7, Monty and Riverside Hotel.
And then Brazil looked like she was about to score her up, and she even frowned. Why she didn't hug her? Why didn't she hug her? She was just frowning. She's about to score up on her. She just won.
Our sponsors, Tourism Authority of Thailand, Amazing Thai.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what was that? My OBS. Okay. Well, that is the end of today's stream. Hopefully you enjoyed today's stream. That's my camera freezing.